I'm Big Lou, and this is Big Lou Barbecue and other things I want to do. And let me tell you what I've got going on for you. I've got some Cholula Chipotle. I've got some chilies and some chicken and some charcoal. So let's make up a recipe before this chongo finds a chihuahua and a chia pet to char.
All right, let's make the marinade. I started about 8 a.m. with this marinade to get the chicken in the icebox early. A cup of ruby red grapefruit juice and half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Half a small onion chopped up and 2 cloves of garlic went in there. And then 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I use kosher salt, an ounce of that Cholula Chipotle sauce, and 1 Chipotle chili right out of the can. A few dashes of Worcestershire sauce also, that always makes it good. And a sweetener, we used an ounce of honey. All right, now when you blend it, you got to mash all the buttons. The words on the buttons mean nothing. Just mash them all. Once it's all blended together, I poured it on top of 4 chicken leg quarters in a Ziploc bag. I left a little bit in reserve for some corn that we made, mixed it up, and put it in the icebox for several hours. Now, to make the sauce, you may notice that I have a new cutting board. It's a rice cutting board from Real Fire Barbecue, and I'll have a link below. 2 of those Chipotle chilies right out of the can. Cut them open like that and scrape the seeds away, and then chop up the chili portion. And we do that with both of those chilies, and that's going to go into our barbecue sauce. So is at most of a cup of ketchup, but I missed and hit the side right there. That's what happens when you cook on camera. Oh, well. Anyway, we need a sweetener. Molasses will work, cane syrup will work, and I'm using sorghum syrup. Need about half a cup. That would be about a quarter of that jar, so I just kind of eyeballed it there. And we're going to add in those Chipotle chilies with about a teaspoon of the Adobo sauce that we had. And we're going to add in an ounce of tomato powder and a teaspoon each of black pepper, salt, onion powder, and garlic powder. And there's a few dashes of Worcestershire and soy as well, and a few dashes of that Cholula Chipotle hot sauce. All right, now for the chicken, I'm using McCormick Grill Mates Chipotle and garlic rub. Now, last time I made a video, I made the rub and I used the store-bought sauce. This time, making the sauces and I used the store-bought rub. Maybe one day I'll get it all right. Now it's time for the Grill Thrill. You're looking at Jealous Devil brand charcoal, the burning embers of Jealous Devil, and if you listen closely, you can even hear it sing. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. All right, the coals are burning in the brasero. That's that rack thing in the fogon area. And what I'm doing now is using the coal rake to rake the coals into the area where I'm going to cook the chicken. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that Blue Oyster Cult song also needed more cowbell. You'd be right. But you know what does have a lot of cowbell? This Ñuke grill. All right, at this point, we're going to go back to a real time. I'm going to show you the rest of the grill thrill as it actually happened.
Maybe that's a better angle from the front of the grill. I've got them all right along here, and I'll put the chicken up there. We're going to lower the grates down. And I need to get some coals over here, too, so I can cook my sauce. And you know what? That big lump of Jealous Devil charcoal is going to go right here. And that little area right there is going to be my little stove to cook the sauce on. Okay, I know you got the camera angle at the side of the grill, but this line of coals right here, I'm gonna put the chicken down. I'm gonna put it skin side down first. The grate is at the bottom. You can hear it sizzling already because I mean that coal is hot, y'all. It is really hot. That skin side down first. Come here. I've got some corn to cook, some refried beans to make too, so y'all hang in there, all right? Now, right there is the barbecue sauce we're gonna make. Right there over this set of coals right here. See what I'm talking about? We just put that right there, and we're gonna stir all those ingredients together. We're gonna bring them to a boil. Then I'm gonna move some coals out of the way and let it simmer till it thickens up. And we're gonna have us a Chipotle barbecue sauce, a recipe I just made up here on the fly, but I know it's gonna be good, y'all. Because I got all the right ingredients in there. You got the onion, you got the garlic powder, you got ketchup, and you got the sweetener, and you got the tomato paste, and man, it's just going to be good. And I got those Chipotle chilies, y'all, and Chipotle sauce. So smoked salt in there. We're going to bring that sauce to a boil just like that. Now I'm going to turn that handle a little bit away from the heat. And I'm going to go ahead and shut the lid down on this chicken, just like that. Let's see what we're looking at here. Chicken's been on there just a few minutes while we Got the ingredients ready. The sauce is starting to simmer. Whoo, it burned. I should not have done that. Dead nabbit. Let it on there too long. Oh well. You know what? I'm still learning this grill and learning that charcoal, and that charcoal's hot. All I did was go inside, get my ingredients for the refried beans, and get those together. I wasn't in there too long. I know I was getting close, but anyway, you know what? I got the skin a little crispy. You know what? I show my fails on this show. I'm real, all right? Okay, I'm gonna raise this up a little bit, which means I'm gonna have to put some more charcoal down under here because that's not boiling yet. But I went ahead and raised the grill a little bit on this chicken. That's okay. We're gonna cover it in sauce anyway. It'll be good. What I'm doing now, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm adding more charcoal to underneath this pot that's falling at the bottom of the bracero over here in the fogon area, which is where you start the fire. I just moved the charcoal here under the pot because I raised the grill up a little bit. I should have had it raised up there, but this charcoal is hot, a lot hotter than what I'm used to, and it did scar my chicken a little bit. But it's part of the learning process, right? All right, let's give the sauce a stir. It's heating up, but it hadn't come to a boil yet. Sure want to bring it to a boil to get those chilies all cooking in there well. But it'll be boiling soon. We'll go ahead and leave this chicken open while I prepare for those, get some corn and get the refried beans going. I got a fair amount of coals going, cooking somewhat even. I'll set the griddle on top just like that. I don't know if you can see it, but the griddle says Ñuke right there in the handle. Get that griddle getting hot, we're gonna make some refried beans. All right, I've got some more charcoal going right here. It's not all fully lit yet, but we're gonna go ahead and set the corn on there. I'm not doing it elote style with mayonnaise and queso fresco and stuff, but I am gonna base this with butter and a little bit of that marinade. I'm gonna show you that, and I'm gonna blame it on my wife. I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna do that here in a little bit too. We're gonna get that sauce right there cooking where we need it to be first. I have raised it up from when I did the pollo quemado. If you don't know what pollo quemado is, that's a fancy Spanish term for Big Lou's grilled chicken. Pollo quemado. All right, and all that's sitting right there on top of that Diablo Soloso. And if you don't know what Diablo Soloso is, that's a Spanish term for a fancy South American hardwood charcoal. All right, I want to show you as the sauce is beginning to heat up that I did lift the grate up. Should have hit the grate at a higher level earlier because that side is not burning. And we've got a ways to go on this chicken. And if I have to, once I get the corn cooked, we'll just raise the grate up again because you can do that with this grill. All right, let's make some frijoles refritos al gringo, which is a fancy Spanish term for white boy style refried beans. What I did there was put in some more of that EVO oil, that extra virgin olive oil. And there's that other half of onion that we chopped up for the marinade this morning. Chopped up right there for the beans. We want to get this going, get these frying. All right. Got these onions, they're starting to brown, caramelize a little bit. And what we're going to do now is dump in some black beans. This is the Walmart, been in the cabinet for a while. I don't know how old they are, but we're going to dump them in there just like that, liquid and all. La preferida, frijoles negros, they're going in there too, with the salt, with the juice. And we're going to let them boil in that juice till that steam takes them out. And we're going to get these things frying, get them all mixed up in there. All right, we got some chili powder. Now, we're going to mix this chili powder, just straight chili powder, and I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this too. Probably do that off camera, but there's going to be some salt and pepper in there. And that's all I'm going to do to season these beans. We're going to let them sit here and start going. You can see that griddle is hot. And we're going to get these all mushy down and put some cheese on top of them. Let me get that chili powder all mixed in there, and we'll go back and start tending the corn and stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but the sauce is beginning to steam. It's about to come to a boil. You can see that steam coming out of there, can't you? I do have poor lighting under my patio. That's why I normally cook in my yard. I tell you what, it's tropical storm Barry's moving through right now anyway. All right, this sauce is coming to a boil. Of course, I just started as soon as I turned the camera on. You can't see the bubbles. but it was bubbling up. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and raise the grill grate. Just like that. Raise it up one more time. There we go. Let that chicken cook at a much higher level so it'll finish off cooking, because I don't want that bottom to burn. We're going to take this off and we're going to put on some butter. All right above where the sauce was boiling, I'm going to go ahead and put some butter. Now, I was going to add some lemon juice and some garlic and make a lemon garlic butter to baste the corn with. But my wife said this morning, that marinade was so good, you think you could marinate corn with it, the corn you're going to cook? And I said, I don't know if I can marinate it, but I can certainly mix in the rest of that marinade with the butter and baste it with it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to baste the corn with this butter and the rest of that marinade we made this morning. All right, I moved the camera angle to the back of the patio, so maybe let some more light in as you look at these beans. And they are cooking. They're starting to get mushy. You start to mash them like that. They'll start to kind of mash on their own when they're ready, but you can tell they're getting ready. All right, now the butter and the marinade that we used on the chicken is all mixed together. This was my wife's idea to use that marinade with the corn. I figured instead of marinating corn all day in the refrigerator, just baste it with this stuff and some butter. So all I'm going to do is just baste this corn with this butter marinade stuff. I don't know if you can see my thermopop, but we want to check this chicken right there at the joint. 178, 170, right, 168, 170. We got a little ways to go. 170, 180. That one's probably done. 172. I want it 180, and I want it right at that joint to be 180. That means it'll be 180 over in this part, 190 over in those parts, but I want that joint to be 180 before I pull the chicken. All right, these beans are finishing up and they're getting mushy and mashy. And now I can go ahead and kind of mash them all, mix them and stir them together. Just like that, and they're getting to be refried beans. Frijoles refritos al gringo. That's what I'm calling them. Get all those little bits in there. Man, I love to make refried beans. It's so easy too if you use canned beans. Of course, you could just buy a can of already refried beans, but that's no fun. All right, once they're on like that, it's a big griddle and I only use 2 cans. Once they're on there like that, I'm about to take them off of here. But what I'm gonna do now is just sprinkle that cheddar cheese all on top of these beans. Let it get gooey. And then we're gonna take them off inside and just paint this chicken with the barbecue sauce. Okay, I just rotated the corn for the 4th and final time and basted it with the butter sauce. Put the barbecue sauce back on here, and we're going, and I've checked the chicken. It's all at 180. It's just about done. And what we're gonna do is paint it with this sauce. Now, that charcoal did get hot, and that top burned a lot quicker than I thought. And that charcoal really is hot. But I did have honey in that marinade, and I think that was a factor in it burning so quick, because all I did was go inside and get my stuff for the refried beans. I already had the onion chopped, just had to collect it all, and that skin burned pretty quick, so close to that hot charcoal. Well, there's the grilled corn, the pollo quemado, which is a fancy Spanish word for Big Lou's grilled chipotle chicken. Pollo quemado. And the refried beans in that griddle. They look like this right here. Just look at that. Mmm. All right, let's eat. Okay, there it is. Pollo quemado, chipotle chicken. All right, now my wife tasted that sauce and she's tasted the chicken. Shannon, what did you think of the sauce? Be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I always tell him if I think something is not right. When I first tasted the sauce, my thought was it's a little too sweet. But immediately after, I could feel the tingling of the chipotle on the back of my tongue, and it was really good.
Hannah, your opinion of the chicken and the sauce?
The chicken, the sauce on the chicken is really, really good. My opinion about the sauce is kind of the same as Mom's. At first, I thought it was a little bit sweet, but it's okay because it's a good barbecue sauce, and a lot of barbecue sauces are a little sweet. So it's got a little bit of a
That sorghum syrup in there. You can use molasses if you want it. Eli, what do you think?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. All right. Shannon needed to know about the corn because you wanted that corn with that butter and that marinade that I made this morning.
Well,
You gotta try it, huh? I've tried it. I think the corn's excellent. Hannah, have you tried the corn?
I have not.
She has not yet. Oh well. I'm telling you what, it's good. Look at that chicken. Clean it right in front of you.
the corn is good. I tasted it just now.
So what? The corn's
I
good?
think, yes, it is good. I think I'm gonna try a little bit of the tahini seasoning on it.
Oh, it would be good with tahini on it. Yeah, I need to do that. All right, we gotta eat, y'all. Thanks for watching.